So hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So we are now at day 14 and soon you know that NQT hiring or you can say NQT test will be announced. So all the best to the candidates who gonna participate and I hope that you will able to solve the questions and you will able to pass the test case. So let me discuss the questions, but before moving to this video friends, I will suggest just go through our video of the previous things, especially don't miss the one shot series of string based question and as well as number based questions. Okay, so I will provide all that link in the description, you can get access to that. And again saying friends, must go through the video related to how to take input. This is a very important things and I will suggest everyone should go through these test cases and all those things which are very important. So let me start the context. So our first question is the means from the previous year questions. Okay, so what is the question or problem statement is there? So particulate matters are the biggest contributor to Delhi. You know, also Delhi is known for its pollution. Okay, and the main reason behind the increase in the concentration of PM include the vehicle emission by applying odd even concept for all types of vehicles. Okay, so this is the things. Now you know that in NQT you will get descriptive question. So the main things in the first very step you have to do or you have to take is analyze the questions and try to understand the gist. Don't waste your time in reading complete question, all those things. Make sure to just focus on the logic and what they actually asking. Okay, so this is a basically hack to save your time. You can also directly move to the input and output scenario and you can understand the logic, and then if you will go or if you just go through the question thoroughly, then you will get idea that what exactly you have to do. So this is just a short reminder to you that what exactly or how you have to approach the question. Okay, so let me continue the questions. So this is the things. Now next part they are saying that the vehicles with odd last digit in the registration number will be allowed on road on odd dates, and those with even last digit will allow on even date. So you know this is the even odd formula that I also those who are from Delhi NCR or UP or surrounded region or also from other region, they are aware of this situation, and during the Kejriwal and all those things, this formula will learn that during odd day odd number last digit vehicles will be allowed, and for even dates even number vehicles will be allowed. So this is the questions. Okay, now they have given a integer array which contain the last digit of registration number of n vehicles traveling on date D. Remember the parameter here or the variable n vehicles. So n will represent the vehicles and D will represent date, which will be a positive integer. So they've clearly mentioned positive integer. Okay. Now your task is to calculate the total fine collected by the traffic police department from the vehicles violating the rule. So this is the conceptual questions. So you have to just calculate the total fine. Now how you will calculate the total fine? So those who are violating the rule means if certain date is even date and the car or the bike or any vehicles is not even, then there will be fine, of course. If there is odd date and you or police count some particular vehicles which last digit is even, then that will violating the rule. So that in this way they will collect the fine, isn't it? Means fine किस तरह से collect करेंगे? अगर odd day में इवन गाड़ी का नंबर चला रहा है या इवन डे में ऑड नंबर का गाड़ी चला रहा है, तो दे विल कलेक्ट द फाइन. आई होप यू गॉट द क्वेश्चन. So I will suggest after getting the gist of the question and example, pause the video, open any online compiler or open any notepad and try to write the code from scratch and analyze yourself that whether you come to the logic or not. Either brute force, that doesn't matter, but you should able to write question by your own self. Okay, purpose of this video is not to just watch this video related to what can I say Netflix or any web series. You have to do hands-on. That is important thing. So I will suggest don't just go through the video, but you have to do practice and hands-on too. Okay, so suppose value of n or total n vehicles are there 4. So n will represent what? You can see here n will represent the total number of vehicles on date D and a array. So n total number of vehicles you will take, then you will take the array, suppose 5 2 3 7. So element a0 to n minus 1 during input, each element separated by new line. So they will clearly mention that whether you have to take the input by separated new line या फिर string में ही लेना है number को, and further you have to do conversion. So that all things we have discussed in that part video, how to take input. So you can go through it for that particular case scenario, but here there is simple scenario that you have to take input in this form. Next, value of D you have to take, that is the date is what, and then value of X, that is fine. So you have to take total how many input? First value of N, then value of array, value of D and the value of X, that is fine. Fine आपको कितना लेना है? So total 4 inputs we have to take. Okay, N will denote the number of vehicles and this is the array. So vehicle number last digit will be there, and this is the value of D, which will represent date, and this is fine. So you have to just calculate the total fine. So for this case, total fine collected will be 600. Why I'm saying 600? Because just do the dry run, you will get the idea why I'm taking. Suppose there are 4 elements are there. Now first is what? Zero based indexing. Okay, and date is 12, means it should be even now. So in this by fine calculated, you can just go through this explanation that suppose date of D equal to 12 means what? Only even number of vehicles are allowed. So fine will be collected from vehicles 5, 3 and 7, isn't it? Because vehicle 5, 3 and 7, they are odd number, but the current date is even, isn't it? Because last digit is 2 and 12 is even number. So those vehicles which are traveling with last digit as odd, we will collect fine with all of them, isn't it? So I will collect fine from the vehicle number whose last digit is 5, means that is odd, or last digit is 3 or 7. So this is the quite things. So total fine will be collected what? 200 plus 200 plus 200, total 600. I hope you got the logic. So explanation you can read through it. I will also provide the complete PDF link in the description, and I will update there. So make sure to go through that. Okay, but before moving to that, I will say just practice. Okay, now let me give you the solution what actually I'm trying to. So this is also explanation that what we're gonna do here. I have, which means whatever thing which I have just talked, I have written here in the textual form so that you will get clarity that what actually I'm doing here. Okay, now talking about the C++ solution, including the library hashtag include bits std c++.h using namespace standard, taking the input which is n and which will denote the number of vehicles. Now I will take the array which will denote the total vehicles which is coming, isn't it? Means vehicle number कितना कौन कौन सा vehicle का last digit क्या है, that I have to take. Then you have to take D and X. D will be what? That what is the current date, and next N that will represent what is the fine. So these are the just from here, from this line to this line I've just taken the input, isn't it? Next I am just declaring the two temporary variable count even and count odd, which I am initializing currently at 0. You got it? Next I will just traverse the loop. So I equal to 0 to I less than n I plus plus. If here I mod 2 equal to 0, means if current value is even, then I will just count even plus plus. If current value is odd, then I will just count odd plus plus. So simply you have to just count the number of element which is even and the number of element which is odd. Got it? Now next condition, what they are saying. In this way, just I have just counted the number of even and odd element. Now I will apply the condition that how many of the vehicles are violating the rule. So if d mod 2 not equal to 0, means if it is odd, so count even equal to 0, means this is the, means you can say sub query I am writing, or sub condition I am applying, that if d mod 2 not equal to 0, means if it is odd, isn't it? If d mod 2 not equal to 0 means if it is odd and count even equal to 0, then I will see out 0 because no vehicle will violating the rule. If it is not violating the rule, just I will print out that 0. Now if else means what? If the digit is or count even 0, means count of even is not equal to 0, means there are some certain vehicles which is violating the rule, then I will just multiply with the fine. So count even into x. I hope you got the logic. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पर? First of all, I am checking that current date is even or odd. If it is odd means what? Those who have last digit as even, I will just calculate this. That means fine. So for calculating the fine means what? You have to just get the value of vehicles which are violating the rule. So if count of even equal to 0 means no vehicles violating the rule. तो कोई भी अगर रूल नहीं तोड़ रहा तो I will see out 0 ना. Next, if certain number of vehicles are outing or violating the rules, then I will just count even into x. So this is a simple if else condition you have to apply. So this was the case for the odd, and otherwise even same things I'm doing. If I'm checking for the even, so then I will check the number of vehicles which, or count the number of vehicles whose last digit is odd. And same thing I'm doing if it is count is 0, means if no vehicles violating the rules, I will see out 0. If some vehicles are violating the rule, then just I will multiply count odd into x. So this is a quite simpler things and solutions. So I hope you got the logic. Now let me run this code and show me in the online compiler. So same thing I'm doing, taking the input and all those things which I have just discussed. Now let me run this. Okay, so let me take an input. So first of all, you have to take the number of vehicle. So let me take the input as 4. Now I will take the means vehicles last digit. So I'm taking the vehicles 2, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? Next I will just take the date, whether date is even or odd. Suppose I'm taking the date as 12. 12 means what? it should be even. So now tell me, how many number of vehicles are violating the rule? Just think for a bit. Yeah, you are right. Only one vehicle is violating the rule, that is 5. So now you have to give the fine, that how many fine you want to collect. Let me give the value of fine as 300. That will be better. 300. Now you are getting the fine as 300. Why? Because there are one vehicles, just 5 is violating the rule, so it will give the output as 300. Let me try run for the other cases. Suppose I am taking the input as 5, taking the array element 12, 34 means, sorry, last digit should be 4, 3, 8, 7, 9. So 5 digit I have taken. And what will the date, current date, let me take as odd date. Date is 5th of any month, and fine I will collect is 100, or let me collect the fine as 10. So it will give value as 30. Why? Because 3 vehicles are violating the rule, isn't it? Because current date is what? 5, which means odd. So how many vehicles are violating the rule? Vehicle 4, vehicle 6, vehicle 8. Vehicle 8, 6 means the vehicle number, last digit, isn't it? So 3 vehicles are violating the rule. So 10 into 3, that will be 30. So our code is running perfectly fine. I hope you got the logic. Let me discuss the Java solution. So if you got the logic now, then you can code in any language, either Java, Python, and all those things. To taking the input, n array element, and for in Java we use sc.nextInt to taking the array element, and d equal to sc.next and x. So this will denote our fine, and d will denote the date, current date. Now this same thing I'm doing, declaring the temporary variable count even, count odd, traversing the loop, checking if it is even, means if even 0, so I will count even. If it is odd, I will count the odd, means I will just count the total number of odd and even digits or vehicles number. And I will just do this, that if count of even equal to 0 means no any violating the rules, so SOPLN 0, otherwise I will just into x. Same things with odd number. I hope you got the logic. I am just explaining a little bit faster. Why? Because I have already explained you the logic and dry run. So I think you get the clarity. If you need any fit means dedicated thing, then you can comment here. So for the next time, I will explain slowly for Python and Java too. Okay, but I think it should not be an issue if you got the logic. So n for Python, taking the n input, then taking the array elements, and same things, count even 0, count odd 0. I'll just traverse and count the number of elements or vehicle number who's ending with 0, or sorry, who's ending with even or odd, and just count that. Now I will check the condition, that if it is odd and count even equal to 0, print 0, means no any violating the rules. Otherwise I will print or count odd equal to 0, and I will just count odd into x, means here I'm just calculating the fine which they need to collect. I hope you got it. Again saying, friends, if you didn't got, now just pause the video or just rewind this video, then you will get clarity. If still you are not getting, then do the try run. If still you are not getting, use the chat GPT now wisely, that what are the logic I'm here. So you will get the access to this code. Just copy this and write the prompt that chat GPT explain me the things which I am doing here. You will get clarity. I'm talking for those, but don't directly jump to the chat GPT. Use it wisely. Okay. So let me move to the next question, and this is also an interesting problem, and this was asked in 2025 exam. Okay, and this type of logic will came in almost every year. So that's why I'm saying TCS basically repeat the questions. Okay, so what is the question? Intelligence agency has received report about some threats. The report consists of number in a mysterious method, and there is a number n and another number r. So those numbers are studied thoroughly, and it is concluded that all digits of number n are summed up, and this action is performed r number of times. Okay, so you can say this is the logic. They might give you in a descriptive way, but you have to grasp the logic and context of the question, that what exactly they are asking. If you will get the logic and if you understand the question scenario now, then it will quite easier. Not tough भी नहीं रहेगा, but yeah, it will take some time and you have to do practice. That is why we have launched the playlist now, so that you can practice more number of questions. Okay, we have already covered more than 40 plus question in this series till now. Yeah, so resultant is also a single digit that is yet to be deciphered, and task here to just find the single digit sum of the given number n by repeating the action r number of times. So simply you have to do action r number of time and just count the resultant. Okay, so let me give you the example, then it will quite clear to you. So what actually I want to tell here. For example, value of n equal to 99 means I'm taking the input 99 and value of r equal to 3. So number of possible way to fill the cistern is 9. Why? Because this is the explanation. You can just go through it. I will also provide description why it is doing so. Okay, this question I have also discussed in 13. So this is just homework question, I will say. Okay, so this is a repeated question. Why I am knowingly giving you the repeated question, that whether you grasp the logic or not. So those who have already gone through our video, I think you will clearly go through it. Okay, let me just discuss the solution if you want. So same things I'm doing in string, yes, taking the input and doing all those things and doing into. Okay, why I'm not discussing? Because this question I've already discussed in the previous year. So there is a homework for you. Okay, so in this thing you can see that I have just given you one questions, and this is the repeated question, that's why I'm not discussing. So I'll provide the previous day link. From there you can get the logic and all those coding scenario. But there is a homework for you, because we have already covered 40 plus questions. Then it's homework for you, just practice all those questions which we have discussed, especially the string based question which I have discussed and previous year question जो 2025 series. Okay, so what you have to do is just go to my YouTube channel and just uh, look for here the playlist. Okay, so you will get access to playlist here, and I suggest go to the 2025 previous year questions. Okay, you can get the playlist here, and here this is the actual coding question, and I have provided the PDF too. So practice two question from there and write the question here and the code which you know, or the logic which you came with. So this is your homework. Hope this video informative to you. कोई भी query है, feel free to ask or comment here, and make sure to support and subscribe as friend. And best of luck again to all the candidates who gonna participate, and keep applying for other off-campus drive and keep learning, keep growing. I am ready to accept your any query and anything you want to discuss with me. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.